I'm down here today for the Visit Nenagh Classic because it's should be a hard race on tough roads. There's plenty of climbs in it from what I hear, and it's a good race distance, like nearly 160k. It's perfect preparation for the races coming up in Belgium next week, and then for the Ross after that. So I'm excited to race here today, and should be one of the best races of the year in Ireland.
Welcome to the second edition of the Visit Nenagh Classic, where it's not only about cycling. Huge crowds turned out for the event to enjoy all the festivities. The family fun cycle was a big hit, and everyone loved the street performers and delicious local food fare. The Nenagh Ormond Brass Band marched the town centre streets, paving the way for the action ahead. Here you see the riders get ready for 154 kilometers of racing, and that's where I pass you over to Adrian for the Visit Nenagh Classic.
In the first 50k, the organisation at the front of the field by the Dutch team Bike for Air was very impressive. The first serious attack of the Visit Nenagh Classic came from Damien Shaw of Aqua Blue. Professional Mark Dowling of the Polly Sweet Nice team attacked on the first climb of the day. Professional Rona McLaughlin of the Umpus Chain Reaction team made a very aggressive attack earlier on the day. Visit Nenagh's Richard Hooton was quick to follow and was in very great form. The Dutch team Bike for Air tried to control the race by keeping the speeds high, but that didn't stop the barrage of attacks. Weather conditions worsened as the rain came down, but that did not stop speeds reaching 50 or 60 kilometers an hour. At this stage, the race was blown apart, with two groups on the road. All the heads of state were in the front group. Paddy O'Brien, Sean Lacey, and Paddy Clark. Paddy O'Brien winning last week's Stallone GP in fine form. Meanwhile, back in Nenagh, Eddie Dunbar led the A3 race and was in fine form.
Seconds. Come on, Tommy. 38 seconds, 38 seconds. Go lead. Go on, Mark. The finish line. Get a big cheer for him, ladies and gentlemen.
And Eddie Dunbar takes the A3 win at the Visit Nenagh Classic.
And then coming in towards the finish line, so a big cheer for all of these guys as well, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big cheer for a breakaway group of riders. This is the big race today. Well done to the lads. All these guys as well.
16 seconds of a gap.
Got a gap of 16 seconds. 16 seconds, lads.
Come on, Dennis! Come on, Matt.
Heading towards the second last climb of the day, the leading group contained Rona McLaughlin, Sean Lacey, Tim Barry, Paddy O'Brien, Damien Shaw and Marco Kutstra. They were soon joined by Joe Fenlon of Aqua Blue and Paddy Clark of Western Edge. Greg Swinnen and Mark Dowling also made the cut, jumping across to the group. But on the second last climb of the day, things started to heat up. Attacks were furious. Damien Shaw having a go then. Then Rona McLaughlin had a go going into the last climb of the day, which consisted Tim Barry, Marco Kutstra, Paddy O'Brien and Damien Shaw. Things were starting to heat up, but Rona wasn't going anywhere. Damien Shaw constantly attacking on the climb, trying to break it up a little bit. Tim Barry, Mark Ustra, Ronan McLaughlin, Damien Shaw, Paddy O'Brien, heading into the last climb of the day. There it was, Tim Barry, Damien Shaw, summiting on the last climb of the day, leaving Ronan McLaughlin behind. Great crowds at the peak, cheering on Damien and Tim as they rode home for victory.
Come on, lads!
The descent was quite technical with grassy paths, but there was some fantastic views.
Towards the finish line, give him a big cheer, ladies and gentlemen. So last year's winner, Timmy Barry, is Barry O'Brien in third. Yours Harms in sixth, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Fenlon in seventh. Sean Lacey in eighth place. Paddy Clark then. Rome Vermeer here, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin McCall.
Winner of last year's Nenagh Classic and winner of 2013 Nenagh Classic this year.
Yeah, it's good. 2 in a row. First 2 editions of the race. It's a great race. Hard race, long race, loads of hills, so that's kind of the type of racing I like.
Timmy, you punctured out the road, or sorry, you broke a spoke, my correction. You looked like you had to wait a bit of time. Do you know how long you had to wait before you got some service?
In fairness, I didn't have to wait that long because the Planet Troy team car gave me a front wheel. So I probably I lost, anything between 40 seconds and a minute, but there wasn't, because the race was so long, I was able to get back up because everybody, the full-on racing wasn't happening because everybody knew the race was 160k, and that happened after probably 50k, so it wasn't, the racing wasn't too hard, so I was able to get back up.
We were shooting video on the last probably 10k on the climb when yourself and Damien were pulling away from Ronan and McLaughlin. Was it just pure power you guys just rode off, or was that the plan?
Well, we were planning to have a dig on the last climb, alright, and Damien put in a bit of a surge, and there was only 3 of us left, and I looked and I just thought, intuition, that I said Ronan doesn't have another kick in him, so I jumped up to Damien, and then 2 against 1 we rode up and over, so luckily today we were able to put it together.
Well, it was another aqua blue day today anyway, that's for sure. Thank you very much, Timmy.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
I'm at Ronan McLaughlin with Sean Kelly, chain reaction on post.
Hard race there, it was pretty full on all day, and I just top of the last climb cramped up a bit. I kind of suffered a no bottle for the whole last local lap there, so Damien and Timmy were really strong, and I wouldn't have beat them anyway, so I'm happy enough to come in the group there just behind, and as I say, really hard day, and I competed in the legs now, so pretty happy to get a pretty hard day in, so.
You're off to Belgium, is it, this week?
Yeah, I'm off on Thursday to Belgium. We've got 2 races in Holland next weekend, so I hadn't raced since the 4th of April, so it was great to get a proper hard race like that in. I think the country needs a lot more racing like that. It would serve the guys who are based at home a lot better in preparation for the Ross. If there are races like this a couple of times a month, I think county riders really would be challenging for the Ross, whereas a lot of races now are kind of getting, I wouldn't say easier because it's always the riders that make the race, but the courses seem to be getting easier. A couple of races I did before I went abroad, you go back to them now and the climb's taken out, or they're a couple of laps shorter, so racing like that really is what's needed in the country, and hats off to Rennie and everybody here in Nenagh for organising such a great event.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Ronan.
Put your hands together for Eddie Dunbar, only 16 years of age.
trophy, Timmy Barry from Cork. The slate, and it will be protected. Gathering 2013 event, we had a Dutch team over and they weren't that successful today.